Hello again and welcome to Commerce class. Friends, in our earlier video, we have already discussed the industry part of classification of business activities. Now, in today's video, we'll cover the commerce part of classification of business activities. But if by any chance you have missed to watch that video, then you can check the description box. I have shared the link there also. Now coming back to the topic, as you can see in this chart, business activities can be classified into two categories. First is industry and second is commerce. Industry part we have already covered. So now let's focus on the commerce part. Now commerce is further classified as trade and auxiliaries to trade. Now on the basis of geographical area covered, trade is further classified as domestic trade and international trade. Domestic trade includes wholesale trade and retail trade, whereas international trade includes export, import and ENTPO. Whereas auxiliaries to trade includes all the support activities like transport and communication, advertising, storage, insurance, etc. Now let's discuss all these activities one by one. So commerce is concerned with buying, selling and distribution of commodities. It involves not only the functions of buying and selling but several other activities required to facilitate buying and selling. The exchange of goods is a complex process, beset with several types of hindrances. And commerce is the sum total of all those processes which are engaged in the removal of hindrances of person, place and time in the exchange of commodities. All such hindrances are removed by trade and auxiliaries to trade. Now let's discuss these one by one. First is trade. Trade refers to buying, selling and distribution of goods. As economies moved from self-sufficiency to mass production, the necessity of trade was felt, as it bridges the gap between producers and consumers. On the basis of geographical area covered, trade is further classified into internal trade and external trade. Now, internal trade. When buying, selling or distribution of goods takes place within the geographical boundaries of a country, it is called internal trade. Internal trade is of two types. First is wholesale trade and second is retail trade. Now, wholesale trade. Wholesale trade involves buying, selling of goods in large quantities. A wholesaler purchases goods in large quantity directly from the producer and sells them in smaller quantity to retailers. He specializes in a limited variety of goods, whereas retail trade involves buying and selling of goods in small quantities. A retailer buys goods from wholesaler and sells them directly to the ultimate consumers. He keeps a wide variety of goods and materials and maintains personal contact with consumers. Now, second is external trade. When buying and selling of goods takes place between two or more countries, it is called external trade, foreign trade or international trade. External trade is of three types. First, import trade. Import refers to the purchase of goods from foreign countries. For example, India buys petrol from Iran. Second, export trade. Export implies the sale of goods to foreign countries. For example, India exports tea to the United Kingdom. Third is ENTPO. It means importing goods from one country for the purpose of exporting them to another country. For example, India imports rubber from Thailand and exports it to Japan. Now, the second category is auxiliaries to trade. Auxiliaries to trade are the facilitating activities which provide support to industry and trade. They are integral part of commerce as they remove various hindrances. Like, hindrance of place is removed by transportation. Hindrance of risk is removed by insurance. Hindrance of finance is removed by banking. Hindrance of knowledge is removed by advertising, etc. Now let's discuss the main auxiliaries to trade one by one. So, the first auxiliaries to trade is transport and communication. Transport refers to the conveyance of goods and passengers from one place to another. Transport helps in movement of raw materials to the place of production and distribution of finished goods to different parts of the country where they are ultimately consumed. Transport overcomes the hindrance of distance and creates place utility. Along with transportation facility, there is also a need for communication facility so that producers, traders, and consumers can exchange information with one another. Postal services, telephone, internet, etc. helps in connecting these people. The second auxiliaries to trade is banking and finance. Finance is the backbone of business. There is usually a time gap between production and sale of goods, but funds are needed continuously to carry on the business operations. Banks facilitate business activities by providing easy credit facility and safe and quick means for the remittance of money. Banking removes the hindrance of raising finance by providing credit to the business enterprises. Third auxiliaries to trade is warehousing and storage. There is a time gap between production and consumption of goods. Goods are produced in anticipation of demand. It is therefore necessary to store the goods until they are sold. Warehousing removes the hindrance of time and thereby creates time utility. It also helps to stabilize price through continuous supply of goods. Besides performing the storage function, it also helps in grading and packaging of goods, risk minimization, price stabilization, etc. Next is insurance. Risk is inherent in all types of business activities, though it varies from one business to another. Storage and transport of goods always involves risk due to damage, theft, and other natural calamities. Though these risks cannot be eliminated completely, but they can be reduced to a great extent through insurance. By providing various types of insurance like fire insurance, marine insurance, workmen's compensation insurance, life insurance, etc., it removes the hindrance of risk. Next is advertising and publicity. Advertising and publicity informs the consumers about the availability of various products and services. In the absence of advertising, consumers may remain ignorant of the various goods and services, and businessmen may not be able to sell their products. There are various forms of advertising and publicity, such as press, outdoor displays, television, letters to customers, fairs, etc. Advertising removes the hindrance of knowledge and bridges the gap between producers and consumers. So, after understanding the whole concept in detail, we can easily say that industry, trade, and commerce are interrelated to each other. No commercial activity is possible without industry, whereas industrial production has no meaning without its distribution through commerce. That's all for today. Thanks for staying in tune. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you and goodbye for now.